Welcome to Your Two Cents, where we tell you our opinion, then ask for yours. HP has seemingly just slapped Microsoft in the face by selling new PCs that have Windows 7 installed. Eschewing Windows 8, HP claims that they're doing this by popular demand, and they're even offering a $150 discount on these systems. What does a move like this mean for Microsoft, and more importantly, the consumer? Dan, why don't you get us started?
Well, here's the thing. I have always been a early adopter of Microsoft, pretty much anything, and I downloaded the test beta version of Windows 8 and used it and got rid of it within a week.
Right.
I hated it. I hated it. But all that to say, I think what it's doing to the business sector is it's going to force Microsoft to wait on their new technologies. Because, well, let's think back to the...
You think they rushed it, is what you're saying?
I think they rushed it, much like what happened with Vista. Because Vista was horrible, and then Windows 7, which honestly should have been the next operating system after XP,
right.
I think. And now I think they should have ditched Windows. Well, hold on, let me say this.
Well, it's funny that you say there are parallels to be drawn between the last round of OSs and this round, and even the round before.
Oh, absolutely.
And, part of me feels like is Microsoft even doing this on purpose to kind of like release a terrible OS every other OS so that we then more readily adopt the next one?
It seems like it. It seems like they're doing it on purpose. It's like with Vista, it was terrible. It was absolutely horrible. I mean, it was unstable. Sure. It just didn't work.
And then want to stay on XP.
Right, exactly. Right. I went right back to XP and hung out until Windows 7 came out. And then I even waited on Windows 7 to fully install it until I started playing with the beta version. I'm going, wow, this is really nice and solid.
So you knew that it was a solid product.
And I think what's going to happen is it's going to force Microsoft to really rethink its release strategy with business products.
Yeah, I mean the parallels to be made between the XP to Vista from the Windows 7 to the Windows 8. It's so. I mean, it's so parallel. I mean, a similar thing happened last time when Vista came out. I don't know if you remember, but all the third-party manufacturers, creators of computers, kind of did the same thing. They used a little harsher tone. They didn't say back by popular demand. They were saying like upgrade to Windows XP
yes, that is true.
From Vista. So are we seeing the similar thing happen this time? I don't know. Are we going to see companies start charging for the upgrade to Windows 7? I mean, that's what they did last time, if you remember. In order to get a system that had XP installed, you had to buy a Windows Vista machine and then get XP on top of that. Now, that's not something that HP is doing right now, but they kind of missed a trick on that, in my opinion, because they could have made a little bit extra scratch,
And from HP's perspective, it totally makes sense for them to do this. PC sales are horrible right now. They have been for the past year or so because tablets and smartphones are pretty much just destroying them. So, here's HP. They can't move any PCs, so they're like, you know what? Windows 8's flopping. Let's bring back Windows 7. Let's bring back Windows 7 and see if that entices some consumers to buy some computers from us and see if it works. And if it works, pretty soon Dell might be doing the same thing. Right. Who knows who else is going to be doing the same.
Well, that's an interesting perspective, Louis, because you're saying that, and rightly so, that tablets and smartphones are kind of gutting the laptop market. Is low sales, can we account all of the low sales of laptops and desktops to bad OS in Windows 8, or is it just something that would have happened no matter what? Is Windows 8 adoption so low because people just aren't buying laptops? Maybe it isn't a one-to-one comparison then. Maybe
I think it was kind of like a perfect storm in the sense that everything happened at once. It's kind of like, all right, you had the tablets were going to take off regardless of, Windows. Let's say Windows 8 would have been perfect. Tablets were probably still going to take off. But the fact that, Windows 8 kind of got like a lukewarm reception, even Surface got like a very lukewarm reception, and at the same time you have the option of just going to a tablet versus a laptop. Everything hit at once, and so manufacturers need someone to point a finger at. and they're not going to blame them. So HP isn't going to say like we're doing a poor job.
Right. We're not
right.
offering good enough laptops.
Right. So the thing is, like, you know what? Let's blame Microsoft. Let's blame Windows 8. Look, Windows 8 came out. We still couldn't sell PCs. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Windows 8 is a decent tablet operating system, but it just doesn't translate well to the laptop environment. It's awkward and it's clunky and it's weird, and certainly for business, I don't think it's viable.
Yeah. Here's some interesting numbers. Let's see. According to this one source here, they say that Windows 8.1 has snagged 3.6% of the desktop operating market.
Wow.
That is ridiculously low.
That's really low.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider, let's see, Windows XP, which is at this point almost 13 years old, and it's going to be end of life in April, still has about 30% of desktops.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting what's going to happen in the coming months because, like, all right, so Windows 8's flopping. You have HP going back to Windows 7, and now you have Intel and ARM. They're thinking dual boot laptops. So they're thinking laptops that'll run Android. So what's going to happen to Windows? If it seems like everyone's like, all right, that was it. Microsoft screwed up with Windows 8. We have no more faith in you. Let's do some Android laptops. Intel's thinking about like hybrids and whatnot. So what's going to happen to the good old-fashioned like Windows laptop?
Well, that's interesting because again, the parallels before when XP moved to Vista and everyone was like, ugh, enough of this. We didn't have that tablet and smartphone
option,
right?
Right.
But now we do, and you drive enough people into the arms of a tablet, and there's really no reason to go back, especially if they go to a tablet that's running Android and they're like, well, why get a tablet running Windows? Why get a desktop running Windows? I have this tablet.
Right.
But I mean, that's all predicated upon people giving up laptops and desktops completely, and I don't really see that ever happening.
No, that's not going to happen for a long time.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this will marginalize Windows and desktops and laptops, but there's still always going to be a market, and there's always going to be businesses that need it. Unfortunately, businesses are always going to stick to the 13-year-old operating system. Right. Hang on to it, for your life. Well, that's our 2 cents. What's yours, viewer? What does the future hold for Windows 8 and Microsoft? Give us your thoughts in the comments below. For DealNews.com, along with Luis Ramirez and Dan Ledbetter, I'm Jeff Summergy. Goodbye.